welcome back to the Football Rundown. We're here today to discuss Stockport County. We've got an update on Stockport County potentially bringing in a player from Manchester United on loan to the end of the season. I want to get people's thoughts on it in the comments. Do you think it's a good move for Stockport County to bring in this player? We're going to talk about it. But just before we get into that, I'm just going to apologise. Haven't put any videos up on the channel this week due to me not feeling particularly well. I've currently got a cold. You can probably tell my voice. So I have been absent with videos this week, and I had a few ideas I was going to talk about on the channel. Unfortunately, that hasn't come to fruition, but we had to talk about this news because it is Stockport County update. It is a Stockport County update, and it's a player that may be coming in, according to Sam Bain, so it's fairly reliable at this stage, and it's about Rhys Bennett from Manchester United, a 20-year-old defender, centre-back by trade, but I believe can play right-back. He's saying that via Peter O'Rourke, calling Stockport County move for Manchester United defender Rhys Bennett. Believe it to be the case. 20-year-old Bennett signed a new deal at Old Trafford last summer. Academy prospect who captained Manchester United to their 2022 FA Youth Cup win and scored in the final at Old Trafford. So this is a 20-year-old defender coming into Stockport County on loan to the end of the season. If it's meant to obviously be happening, if it's true, he'll come in and he'll provide cover for a position which, as I say, is really important for us at the moment with with the injuries we've got with Ethan Pye out injured for around 8 to 10 weeks. Obviously, Abel Torre's out at AFCON. Obviously, Kyle Noyle, who is a right back, he's obviously going to be out for some time. You'd think he might not play at all for the rest of the season now. So that's why it's important that maybe Bennett is someone who can potentially do a job at right back, though it's probably not his best position. I'm sure he can play there, but he'll be coming in primarily as a centre back, and as I say, it provides cover because Ethan Pye's out injured, Ibal Torres at AFCON, and of course we had Pond as well. It was Alfie Pond who was out, who we had on loan from Wolves, and obviously he's returned to Wolves in January, so it means we need to cover this position. I think that it's a good move to bring in Bennett. I don't know loads about him, I've not watched him loads of times. I did watch him in the FA Youth Cup final though, back in 2022, and obviously Manchester United got the win that day against Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford, so obviously he's a player which is fairly competitive at youth level. Obviously plays for Manchester United. You expect him to be relatively well trained, relatively well coached. I know people say United aren't doing well at the moment, but one thing they are getting right as a football club is young players coming through. And this name at Manchester United has been talked about for many years, with Rhys Bennett being highly thought of as a centre back option. Obviously hasn't been well thought of enough to get a starting role for United at any point in his time at Manchester United, but obviously very well thought of at people within the club. And obviously I think a move to Stockport for the second half of the season, I think it'd be a positive move. It's not too far away for him, so that makes it easier. It means that he's more adjusted to obviously the area. It doesn't mean he's going to have to move and move away from his family and things like that. So from a personal point of view on that side of it, I think it suits him. It means he'll still be comfortable with where he is. He'll know Stockport relatively well. He's from Manchester himself, so he'll know the place, he'll know the area, he'll know the football club as well, I'd imagine. This isn't the first time Stockport County have done business with a Manchester United defender on loan. I think they had Will Fish a few years ago, so this isn't anything new for Stockport County or for Manchester United to do loan deal business together. I think they might have even had Dean Henderson on loan at one point from Manchester United many years ago, and of course look at the keeper he's gone on to become obviously well established in the Premier League as well. So it's not the first time Stockport County and Manchester United have done business, and I don't think it'll be the last. And I think that this is a good move. I think it's a good move for Stockport. We spoke about the fact that they're obviously struggling in that position at the moment. We probably don't want to shell out loads and loads of money on signing a centre back with that situation of, are we going to be in League One next season? We might want to sign a defender that we think's good enough for League One, and we might not be able to necessarily make that signing happen in January. And also, we've got to be careful with what we spend. We don't want to overspend on players, which sometimes, when you're desperate for injury cover, you can end up being made to overpay for players. And maybe there's a feeling that we've probably maybe overspent on Odin Bailey, or spent more than we'd like. We don't know because it was an undisclosed fee. But as I say, this is a player that comes in to cover areas which at the moment are weak. Of course, Joe Lewis obviously leaving as well around a week ago has probably played a massive factor in the and was wanting to make this move happen. I can't see too many stumbling blocks in the way for this. Like I say, we're talking about it being at advanced stages between Stockport and Manchester United, and obviously Rhys Bennett, and I'm sure he'll be happy for the move. He'll want to come and play football, and obviously there's a challenge there because he's got some good players ahead of him in his position. But I think it's a good opportunity for him to learn. Obviously, Fraser Horsfall is a massive player for County. Obviously, probably the best defender and a massive leader as well. I'm sure he'll want to be taken under the wing by Fraser when he comes in, if he comes in. And I think it'll be a really positive step. What can he bring to us? I'm not so sure. Maybe some people have a better idea of what kind of a player Stockport will get in with Rhys Bennett coming in. But I want to have people's thoughts. Do you think it's a good move? Do you think Stockport County should be looking to bring a player in on loan, or would you rather us sign a centre-back in January? I want to get people's thoughts on this move for Rhys Bennett. Are you happy with the move or are you not? Just before we end the video as well, we're just going to talk about the fact that obviously we were expecting some business to happen this week regarding Joe White, of course, been linked with a move to Stockport County over the last month or so. His loan with Crewe has expired. He's gone back to Newcastle. Whether or not we're going to hear anything about him coming to County, because they were the rumours is that he would finish his loan on the 14th, which he did, and then he would come to County, and obviously that hasn't happened. We haven't heard anything all week on that, and I think it's probably due to the fact that Newcastle want him to be part of the first team training at the moment due to low numbers in the first team at Newcastle. Will this stop the move happening completely? I'm not so sure. But at the moment, there's no real update that I've seen of Joe White to Stockport County. I want to get people's thoughts. Are you concerned that we haven't heard any news at the moment? Are you relaxed? Do you think it's just a matter of time before he signs? And how happy are you if he doesn't sign for Stockport County? And I suppose if he doesn't, do Stockport County have to go back in the market and look for someone to replace that target? Because Challen's already spoken about having targets this transfer window and missing out on them to hire teams. So we've got to be careful here. But Stockport County at the moment, business has been quiet in terms of we haven't replaced as many players that I think we would have liked to have done, or brought in cover rather for players that have been injured. So that either says two things. Stockport County are confident that the players that have been injured are going to come back soon, which we know is the case with 3 or 4 of them. But it might also say that the players that are available to him are really probably not good enough to come in. So it says one or two things. I want to get people's thoughts though. How happy are you with the January transfer window at the moment? And I suppose, how happy would you be if Rhys Bennett came in on loan till the end of the season at Stockport County? I want to get everyone's thoughts on the business so far at Stockport County, ins and outs in January. Are you happy with the business? Are you not? And of course, a big game against Notts County coming up on the Saturday. I want to get people's thoughts ahead of that game as well. So let me know all your thoughts in the comments below regarding obviously the Notts County game away from home at Meadow Lane, and of course the move for Rhys Bennett. And are you disappointed we haven't heard any movement yet on Joe White to Stockport County? As I said, I want to get everyone's thoughts, and also let me know in the comments below as well any ideas, anything you want to see me talk about on the channel going forward. I'll try and take people's suggestions on board. So I want to get everyone's thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video as well, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.